everyone, happy Friday. I'm back with another freestyle video, and as you can tell by the title, today's video is going to be a story time video. And again, if you can't tell by the title or the convincing thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about my mean science teacher. And this all goes back to my sophomore year, so 2 years ago, actually almost 3, because, I graduated recently. And I don't know where to begin. Well, where do I begin? Okay, so basically, sophomore year was like the worst for me. I mean, I may not have acted so in my skits, but yeah, sophomore year was kind of terrible. It was the first year back since COVID hit. It was the first time back since COVID hit, so we pretty much had to wear masks for a semester, and my friend was doing homeschool that year. Like, that's a much longer story. I'll talk about that in another video. And obviously, the mean science teacher. And she was basically like that one teacher that every school has, like, gives you detention for stupid reasons, won't let you go to the bathroom unless it's in between classes. She was basically one of those teachers. But this specific time, it was towards the end of the year, I was working on a Lego project, and I was working on it during 8th period because I had study hall then, and suddenly the bell rings. Like, 8th period is the last hour of the day, so take out my phone and I text my mom and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be a little late coming out. And at first she was chill about it. Charlie, my younger brother, which most of you probably know, he texted me and he was like, hey, text mom when you get done. And then about a few minutes later, my mom texts me again and she's like, you about done? And I'm still working on the project. Like, that's not the thing. I wasn't working on it by myself. I don't know how many of you know this, but I needed extra help in school. So a lady was in the room with me and she was pretty much doing the whole thing for me. So yeah, she was like, are you about done? And that's not all. I had driver's ed that night, and that's another thing. I had a lot of crap going on. Like, I just got done doing the play. I had driver's ed. I had a lot of concerts to attend to. Springtime is always the worst for me because I always had a lot of crap going on. Well, until this year. Anyway, yeah, she then texts me and she's like, this is taking way too long. You have driver's ed at 6. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then next thing you know, 4 o'clock bell rings, right? And please note, there were like 6 other kids in the room, pretty much doing the same thing I was doing, the Lego project. And this girl, she was a grade below me. Like, it was freshmen and sophomores taking that class, and she's the school counselor's daughter. So she's being all sweet to the teacher, and she's like, hey, it's 4 o'clock, can we go home? And the teacher's like, honey, that 4 o'clock stuff doesn't matter to me. If you can show me you got it done, I will let you go. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be here all night. And my phone was vibrating, so it was exploding with phone calls and text messages from my mom and Charlie. And then, 30 minutes later, my mom goes in to look for me, and she goes into the classroom, right? And again, there was another lady in there doing the whole thing for me. So she walks up to me and the lady, and again, there was 6 other kids in the room. So they're all looking at my surprise guest. Like, I saw my mom before everyone else did, and the lady's like, are you Hannah's mom? And my mom's like, yes, I am. And the lady's just introducing herself. And that was when all the other kids started looking at me. And the teacher looks at me and she's like, Anna, do you gotta leave? And I'm like, yes. And my mom was telling the teacher what was going on. And after that, the teacher's like, Hannah, you gotta let mom know. And I'm like, you tell me. Like, I get it. I told my mom I was gonna be a little late because I didn't know how long it was gonna take, and I had my phone on silent because the third time already. There were six kids in the room. The last thing I needed was my phone to go off in front of all of them and have the bitch take my phone away because it was going off while everyone was working on the Lego project. And yeah, my mom ends up explaining to the teacher helping me and the mean teacher that I had a lot of stuff going on. I had driver's ed. I just got done doing the play. And the lady who was helping me understood. She was like, yeah, she does have a lot of stuff going on, doesn't she? And the mean teacher was nice for once and let me go. And before we left, my mom was like, yeah, we might as well eat supper, get this thing over with. And yeah. So as I walk down the halls into my mom's car, I look at my phone, and Charlie's like, hey, I found her. She's in Mrs. Bill's room. She said go call your mom. So I think he meant to send that to my mom instead of me, but we all make mistakes. And I think my mom just sent Charlie in to the resource room because, again, I needed extra help in school. I was in special ed, and it's storming out. Anyway, yeah, I was in special ed, so had a special ed teacher. Charlie went to go talk to her, and that's probably how my mom found out where I was. And I just realized I said the teacher's name out loud. I'll probably censor that. Anyway, yeah, so then the scene cuts to the next day. I go into the classroom, and yeah, it's storming out. Anyway, I go into the classroom, and the teacher's like, good morning. Did mom let you out of the doghouse? And I'm like, I don't know what that means, but I think so. So, yeah, I pretty much got the assignment done, so didn't get held back here. Yay. It's hailing out. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed getting to know about my horrible sophomore year. And I gotta go before the storm gets bad out, because the last thing I need is a tornado warning to happen and my dad interrupting this vlog. So I'll see you guys next time.